Welcome back to part 2 of Addersley Park Home Edition. Today we will be visiting Ella Fitzgerald, James Brown, and Joe Louis' previous homes. We are in St. Albans, Queens, New York. Come join us. Addersley Park was designated as a historic landmark by a Landmarks Preservation Commission February 1st, 2011.
James Joseph Brown was an American singer, songwriter, dancer, musician, record producer, and band leader. He was known as the Godfather of Soul. Born in Barnwell, South Carolina, May 3rd, 1933. He primarily sang funk, soul, R&B. He had a stellar career that lasted for 50 years. He influenced many pop and R&B artists, including Michael Jackson. Many highlights of his life were featured in the biopic movie Get On Up, played by the late Chadwick Boseman. He was a powerhouse at 5'6". Brown recorded 17 singles that reached number 1 on Billboard. He is ranked number 7 on Rolling Stone's list of its greatest artists of all time.
Welcome to the past home of the late great Joe Louis. Affectionately known as a Brown Bomber, Louis professionally fought from the years of 1934 to 1951. He was born in Chambers County, Alabama. He had an orthodox fighting stance and was the heavyweight champion from 1937 to 1949, winning 27 championship fights and had the longest single reign of any heavyweight boxer in history. Louis was married 3 times, fathered 5 children, 3 of which were adopted. He died on April 12, 1981. Hi everyone, welcome to the home of Ella Fitzgerald. She was an acclaimed jazz singer, affectionately known as Lady Ella, Queen of Jazz, and First Lady of Song. She lived here at this home from 1949 to 1956, which was a prosperous community for African Americans and still is today. She was born April 25th, 1917 in Newport News, Virginia. She began her musical career singing in the church choir. She was inspired by musical greats Louis Armstrong, Bing Crosby, and the Boswell sisters. Her major debut was at 17, performing an amateur night at the Apollo in 1934. She soon after became part of a band that was renamed Ella and her famous orchestra after the band leader passed. She was known for her scat singing. Her 1945 scat recording, Flying Home, would be described as one of the most influential vocal jazz recordings of the decade. She toured all over the country and world at various venues. Mrs. Fitzgerald had several collaborations with top musical contemporaries of her time. She was married twice and adopted a son. Ella Fitzgerald was also a civil rights activist and used her talent to break racial barriers. The later half of her life, she experienced medical complications secondary to diabetes. Her last recording was in 1991, and her last public appearance was in 1993. Ultimately, her diabetes-related complications led to amputation of both of her legs in 1993. She passed on June 5th, 1996 in Los Angeles. Ms. Fitzgerald's amazing musical career continues to live on and inspire our generation. Her career, history, and materials are memorialized in the Archive Center at the Smithsonian.